Hello and welcome. I'm Saeed from StoryPlanet.net. Dive right into the essence of the most captivating books without reading them cover to cover. Whether you're on the go, at the gym, or just relaxing at home, we offer you a unique and enriching listening experience. Today, we are exploring the book, The Ethics of Ambiguity, a creation by Simone de Beauvoir. The Ethics of Ambiguity, published in 1947, is a key work in existentialist philosophy. It offers a brief overview of existentialist ideas while exploring their ethical implications in practical life. Through contemplation of human existence, the book urges us to acknowledge and embrace our inherent freedom to act. Before we delve into these revelations, it's interesting to note that Simone de Beauvoir was a French intellectual known for her diverse writing. Her most famous works are in existentialist philosophy and feminism, particularly the influential book The Second Sex, which is a cornerstone of modern feminism. With 8 key ideas to unveil, brace yourself for a deep dive into this captivating book on StoryPlanet.net. To start, embrace freedom to shape your life and reach your full potential. The text discusses the importance of making choices in life and questions if one is truly living authentically. It introduces existentialist thoughts through practical advice based on a classic text, helping individuals determine how to live their lives. Key points include exploring ethical questions, understanding moral taxonomy, examining misuse of power, and contemplating the justification of violence. Key idea number 1. Human existence is inherently ambiguous. Human existence is complex and ambiguous, with philosophers historically attempting to define it through reductionist approaches. Existentialism challenges this by embracing the ambiguity of human identity, claiming that humans have no fixed identity and are in a constant state of flux. This lack of a fixed identity provides humans with radical freedom, allowing them to set goals and transform themselves into the beings they choose to become. Key idea number 2. Existentialism highlights personal freedom in shaping one's own life and values, diverging from traditional moral doctrines. Existentialism promotes personal freedom to determine values and actions rather than following pre-packaged moral doctrines. It emphasizes facing the complexity of life and viewing each situation as unique, encouraging thoughtful reflection before acting. Fixed moral rules can be dangerous as they may prevent critical thinking, leading to unethical behaviors in complex situations. Existentialism focuses on personal responsibility and decision-making based on careful consideration of individual circumstances. Key idea number 3. Many people do not fully utilize their freedom. The text discusses author de Beauvoir's moral taxonomy of people based on their maturity level regarding freedom. It describes different types, including the subman, serious man, nihilist, and adventurer. Most people fall into the serious man category, following subjective moral codes, while the adventurer embraces subjective values but may act selfishly. The text emphasizes the importance of altruism and concern for others in achieving true freedom. Key idea number 4. It's impossible to be completely unbiased or impartial. The text discusses the concept of disinterested contemplation in aesthetics and politics, emphasizing that it's impossible to completely detach oneself from personal biases. Claiming disinterest in politics can actually be a political stance of evasion and complicity. The author uses the Nazi occupation of Paris as an example and highlights Simone de Beauvoir's condemnation of those who maintained a disinterested position. The text warns that claiming disinterest has consequences with more severe results in politics than in art criticism. Key idea number 5. We must combat oppression wherever it arises. Existentialists believe in radical free will but acknowledge radical limitations on power. People have freedom to make choices, but are restricted by physical and societal constraints. Oppression is when one group restricts another's freedom, reducing them to objects. Oppression is unjust and maintained by convincing the oppressed it is natural. People under oppression have the right to resist, as it is not a necessary status quo. Key idea number 6. People should prioritize real individuals over abstract concepts. Oppressors justify their rule not only by claiming it is natural, but also by arguing that it is essential for some higher value. Leaders throughout history have oppressed people by prioritizing abstract ideals like culture, tradition, or the economy over the well-being of individuals. This prioritization of ideals over people has led to harmful consequences, such as neglecting real human needs in favor of abstract concepts, ultimately perpetuating oppression. Key idea number 7. Violence can be justified in specific circumstances. The text focuses on the justification of violence in certain circumstances of oppression, emphasizing the need to prioritize real people over abstract values. It highlights the dilemma of using violence to fight oppression and the importance of ensuring that it remains the last resort with clarity and specific goals in mind. The example of the American Civil War and Dos Passos' novel both illustrate the complexity of deciding when violence is justifiable. In conclusion, existentialism emphasizes personal reflection, self-determination, and individuality in ethics. It values real individuals over abstract causes or institutions. Actionable advice includes reviewing life goals, setting achievable objectives, and building support systems. Feedback is welcome. Recommended reading is The Second Sex by Simone de Beauvoir, focusing on feminist philosophy and societal views on womanhood. Thank you for listening to this summary. If you enjoyed this exploration, we invite you to discover other fascinating books on storyplanet.net. Don't wait any longer. A multitude of books, stories, and knowledge await you there. See you soon on storyplanet.net.